Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natures, and this is our Enchanted Princess ship tour. As always, I'm joined by Mikey.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said, Linz, we're doing our Enchanted Princess full ship tour, and we're starting off in the Sanctuary.
Love the Sanctuary.
If you can get into it.
Yes, now, when we went up originally after getting on the ship, we took our own advice and we went straight to the Sanctuary. But a number of other people did as well, and I feel the staff got overwhelmed because they only said that there was cabanas available.
And only a couple of cabanas.
I've only a couple of cabanas available on port days, which we were sad about.
We were, because I wasn't going to pay £220 a day.
Was it
$220 a day?
I thought it was $240.
Either way, a lot of
Pricey.
money. Yeah.
Yes.
So you went back a little bit later and we did get in.
When there was nobody else there, so obviously they just got a little bit overwhelmed with everybody.
Thinking, oh, that one's sold, that one's sold, that one's sold.
Yeah.
Now, to be clear, when you said we went straight there, we were on there at 12:30 at that.
Yes.
So the suite guests and those with higher tier loyalty get there first.
Of course.
And because they knew it was going to be really good weather on the cruise that we were on, everyone had been straight there and sold it out.
Yeah, by really good weather, we mean phenomenal weather.
For the UK.
For anywhere.
Well, yeah, it was 33, 34, 35 degrees C.
What's that in real money?
90-ish. So for us, really good weather.
Yes.
As you can see, as we're having a wander around, obviously there's no one here at this point. But this isn't when it was closed. This was just first thing in the morning when we went in.
Really?
Yeah, this was on the morning that we went into it.
That's interesting.
So at the back there, the ones that you can see with the beds in, that's where they do the spa massages in the Sanctuary.
Now, we spoke to a couple who had a massage.
They did, they went in there.
And they said that the people giving them the massage thought it was cold, whereas the Brits felt it was lovely.
Yeah, perfect. Nice little breeze. Lovely to have the massage.
Yes.
But the Sanctuary's a really lovely place to go hang out.
And this Sanctuary had 2 loos.
It did have 2 loos. Somewhere you could get changed as well.
Yes.
Now, just before we sort of get past these, would you like to take a second to invite people to subscribe?
Oh, we're doing it this way today. I would like to invite people to subscribe. Thank you if you already have done. It means the world and it really does help our little channel.
It does. And if you can hit that like button as well, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Now we've got past those people and the mandatory please subscribe bit, we can carry on with the tour.
You make it mandatory. I don't make it mandatory.
This is true. It's up to us if we make it mandatory. We're walking around the upper deck of the retreat area.
Now, I would like to point out, those people had sandals on. The deck was very, very hot.
It was, yeah.
So
but it was an exceptionally hot day.
But I would say, ensure you have some sort of footwear all the time because it's so hot.
Yeah, we did speak to some people who'd ended up with blistered feet.
Yeah, because it was so hot.
Again, not that usual in the UK, maybe in other parts of the world.
I'm thinking about the rest of the world, darling.
Yeah, not just here.
Yes.
Those little cabanas that you can see in the retreat there, they're free.
They're free. It's a first
It's
come,
just if
first
you get in
serve.
there.
Yeah.
And if someone gets the towels on there, that's it. They've got it for there. They're not going to leave.
Yeah. Now, there is supposed to be a towel retrieval thing, isn't there?
There is. If you're not at your station, if you're not at your chair, if you're not lied down, if you're not in the pool and they can see you, they are supposed to recover them. In practice, they don't really.
If you've got a book and some flip-flops.
They're not going to touch it.
I've seen it once.
So the retreat pool is the adults only bit.
Now, we like to paddle in this pool. We set up a towel, we had a cocktail.
We did that as soon as we got on. That's why we had our
did.
first cocktail.
And it cooled our feet.
We needed to cool his feet. It was very warm.
Oh, very historic of us there. Feet.
Oh, shirtless man inside.
Oh, hello.
Not something you normally see on a cruise ship
That's
that
true,
much.
because if you go and venture any further, you're getting turned away for not having a shirt on.
Yeah. There's no problem you doing that outside.
Of course.
I don't remember that when I was
I've never shared a lift with a shirtless man. I've never shared a lift with a topless lady.
No.
I feel we would have heard if I had.
But as you can see, people are wearing shorts and t-shirts, and that's fine for having a wander around.
Yes.
So we're coming around now onto Lido deck 16. The Sanctuary's right up at the top on deck 18.
You say Lido, I say Lido.
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 Let's call the whole thing off. So Technically, there is a deck 19 right at the other end of the ship where you can do mini golf.
Oh, yes, yes,
But
yes.
deck 18 is where the most things are that people go to on a regular basis.
The pools, the bars,
Yeah.
the top rooftop stuff.
Yeah. Now, you can't get on the open promenade area from deck 16 through to where the retreat is. You have to go up those stairs.
All right, okay. Well, I never did that, so I will take your word for it.
Yeah, so you
because
have
we're
to
on
go
it 4 nights.
We were on it for 4 nights. Slice Pizzeria up at the main pool deck. I would recommend people go there rather than Gigi's or Gigi's or whatever the pizzeria is called.
Gigi's.
The pizzeria formerly known as Alfredo's. The pizza there was so good because
It
they were
was
cooking them
so
fresh and
good.
people were going through the
He
slices
was
quick.
a great tosser.
A great tosser. That's a bit harsh. He was a great pizza chef.
Yes.
And it's a really nice place up here because at the other end as well, you'll see in a second, there's the Salty Dog Grill.
Love the Salty Dog Grill.
So rather than just sort of your normal burgers and chips that you can get there, they also do things like loaded fries and lots of different hot dogs.
That
Really
hot dog-
tasty.
That smoked hot dog was a revelation.
Really nice, wasn't it?
Yes.
The pool is double-sided with a split in the middle.
With like a
where-
sunken seating area, wasn't
Well,
it?
it's semi-sunken, that you actually still sat at the level, but it looks like the sunken.
Right.
But you got 2 decent-sized pools. It was so busy, there's no chance of you doing laps in.
No.
And I would imagine exactly the same for you in the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, the Middle East.
And I noticed as well that they'd gone with a turquoise towel rather than the blue and white stripy towel that they had on Princess.
Did they have blue and white one that
Yes,
went on
because
Regal?
I specifically bought some little blue and white stripy towels for us, so we felt like we're in the garden, so I could pretend we were on a cruise.
I remember you doing that, yeah. So now they're more
The
turquoisey, bluey.
I'll have to buy more towels.
So just give you a quick little cheers because I'm going to have a drink.
Oh, cheers. Where are we going now?
We're going back up onto deck 17.
Okay.
So we're on 16. Just have a little wander around here. To the right, I'm going left at the moment, but on the right-hand side in a second, you'll see that's where they do the performances. So when they do the sail away parties, that's
yes,
where they
yes,
sit on there and they do all the music and live bits and pieces.
This is Rotterdam, isn't it? It was beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous, this
We
day.
had to back up reverse into Rotterdam.
Yeah, so you go right up to this really famous bridge that I forget its name.
Fancy Bridge.
I'm sure someone will put in the comments to
Yes,
remind
yeah.
us what it's called.
Lots of hot tubs.
Loads of hot tubs around. This one, just the other side of there, so you've seen where we are up on deck 17 on it. Hardly everyone ever went
We
in
went
them.
past that a few times.
And
it
no
was-
one ever in them. Other ones, there were always people in them.
Do you think it's because it was hot that there wasn't people in the hot
No,
tub?
because they were in the hot tubs when we just walked past them then.
So secret hot tub there for
Because the hot tubs were actually cooler than the outside air.
I actually kept getting wet in order to get cool. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's what I did.
Yeah.
In order to cool off, I got in the hot tub so I was wet and then went back onto my sun lounger.
Well done.
Right?
The building that we're coming to at the end of here is the
Yes.
gym.
Oh, I never saw that.
It's because you're only on for 4 days. If it
4
had been a
days?
longer cruise, you'd have been in there, I'm sure.
Let's say I would.
Maybe.
I mean, you can't really see, but
No, you're going to see in a second.
you're going in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can say you went to the
I
gym.
can honestly say I went in the gym on our 4-night Enchanted Princess cruise. I went into the gym.
Oh, was it busy?
Surprisingly, yes, there were people in there.
People were in there.
Because you have to bear in mind, this day were about 35 degrees. I was like, wow. But it was air-conned in
You
here
know
as well.
what? If you are in the gym right now, more power to you, love. Wow.
There was a gentleman just to the left side of me there when I was going in, so I didn't pan round anymore. And he was seriously going for it with the weights. The sweat dripping off him. I got too hot just watching him. I'm like, right, I'm going out
You're
now.
out here. What was I doing when you were doing this?
You were lying in the sanctuary, drinking
Okay.
cocktails,
Okay.
which sounds about right.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say because apart from people cruise their own way.
They do.
People cruise their own way. Some people, gym bunnies, love the gym. They need to go to the gym. They love to go to the gym.
It's just part of their lifestyle, isn't
Of
it?
course, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for you, it's lying in a sanctuary having a cocktail.
As I'm
So,
thinking in the
so we're back
right
up onto
now.
deck 18, the sky deck, and this is a jogging track. So 7 laps, as it says there, 1 mile, should you wish to do it. There weren't many people jogging on our
It
cruise.
was very warm.
It was. I did see the odd person, but very few and far between.
Well done to you again if you managed to do the jogging track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Bless you.
it's a nice place to go up and have a walk around it.
quiet.
Because it doesn't say that you can't walk around the jogging track, but you have great views over the rest of the ship.
There's no specific speed that you have to do when going around the track, is there? Just out of the way if
No,
somebody else...
it doesn't say minimum speed. You can see again if you look forward here that this thing directly above us is the big screen where they do the movies under the stars. But there were movies and live football and sport on all the time.
All the time, yes.
I think on this day when I was walking around, there were a football match on.
Did you not wave?
I didn't wave, no.
Oh, I'd have waved.
I was carrying a camera. So no. But you can see again with how it's laid out there, the ship is split into parts, so you can't just walk around the top deck from one end to another. Like you can on some ships, you can't on this, so you do end up going up and down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful... Oh, look,
Hot tub, but that's at that side of the divide.
right-hand side, that psychological...
As soon as you go past that glass barrier there isn't another hot tub on this side. But there's none there. And you can see the beds down there, loads of space.
In 30-odd degrees, nearly knocking on...
Now, we were in Rotterdam as well at this point, so there were about half the people off the ship.
Yes.
There was surprisingly, because of how good the weather was, a lot of those stayed on though.
Yeah, because they were going to go for a wander, but I understand that people got very hot with the skyscrapers and the heat and the mugginess of the city.
So just decided to stay on the ship and have drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were guides doing little free tours, weren't there, that people went off on. There was the water taxis that were run up and down the water.
Oh, yeah, the equivalent of Uber in a taxi.
Wow, they
were going like 5 times faster than anything else.
If we hadn't paid for the sanctuary, we would have definitely had to go on one of those.
We would. I think it's harder. I'd be interested to know what other people think as well. That when it's only a shorter cruise, 4 or 5 nights, or maybe even a 3-night cruise, if you get off, it almost feels a bit of a waste of the cruise.
Especially when you've bought the drinks package.
You bought the drinks package. If you bought things like the Sanctuary or Retreat or you're in the Haven or something like that on different
Enclave.
ships. No, I mean on different ships.
Yeah.
Like Enclave on here, yeah. It almost feels like you're wasting a bit of that time. Whereas when you're on a longer cruise...
You're quite happy to go
Well,
for
I think
a
you feel
wander.
you want to get off.
Yeah, of course you do. Oh, there's
Jogger.
a jogger.
I said I thought I saw someone. The lesser spotted jogger.
And he matches the track. Well done, Mr. Jogger.
I'm sure that was in his thoughts when he were getting changed that morning.
I'm sure it was.
Now you can see I'll be having a wander down in a little bit, so you'll see better down here. But the back of the ship and the wake, where there's the wake pool, we'll get round to that.
Well, I won't say.
Absolutely gorgeous area.
Oh, you're going up again.
I am. Up to deck 19. I said that you could go up one further deck. And this is where there's the little mini golf. It's not one of these fun put mini golf with castles and...
Deck 18.
This is deck 19
No,
though, I
this
think.
is deck 18.
Is it? Am I up to 18 again?
I read the sign, deck 18.
No, I'm fairly sure it's 19.
No, he said 18.
Okay.
I mean, I know I've not got my glasses on, but I'm sure it said 18.
I'm not positive. I was fairly sure this is 19, but we can move on. People can pause and rewind. They've got that ability. But it's more like a sort of putting area at a golf club. As opposed to... They had competitions up there and things.
Yeah, there was
but
no
it's
windmill.
No, it's not a castle, windmill, ramps, mini golf.
I love a castle and a windmill.
Yeah, it's a
How
putting.
do you know you're any good if you can't get your ball through a windmill?
It's deck 19 because deck 18 is Sky that we're on now.
What?
So what about that?
Agree to differ.
Just to the left, there's the sports court as well, and you can see the wake pool at the back. Doesn't look quite as fancy when it's in the shade of the building.
I bet it was nice though.
I bet it was lovely. We didn't go in there that day.
No.
The day before, we spent about 4 hours down there.
That was
on departure day.
Departure day. We even actually departed from that water. It was gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous, but a lot of people rapidly figured that out.
Yes,
because
because
it got very busy very quick.
The main pool was mental.
It was. They're having the big sail away party, but we all had our sail away party at the back.
Yeah, we did.
So back down onto 17 now, which is one of these little secluded deck areas where you can go sunbathe and chill out.
And
it
smoke.
never got that busy.
No.
There's some more comfy chairs there if you want to have a sit and a chat. But it was never packed at the back of there any time I walked past it, not just on this time.
The bar got
Someone
busy.
doing laps. That wasn't possible the day before.
No. There's a bar below. I'll be quiet.
Basically, on embarkation, every bit of the side of that pool was just people sat on with cocktails.
Even if you, just like a perch space. There were
Yeah,
people
you're just
there.
putting your feet in the pool, keeping cool.
Or in the water.
Oh, it was funny because it was so warm. Eventually, this couple that were fully dressed just threw themselves in.
Yes, they did, with a bra and everything.
Oh yeah, they're fully dressed. I mean, they had shorts and t-shirts on, but they're just like, nah, this is too hot. We're going
She
in.
had a white blouse and a bra on, bless her, and she was in.
You can see the other side of the gym here as well.
I'm going to have to have another drink after. Oh, Jim, drink.
You enjoying your Negroni?
I am. Oh, sparkly floor.
You like a sparkly floor?
I love a sparkly floor. Oh, fitness centre.
Tells you about all the fitness classes and everything like that you can go
If
check
we
out.
were on longer, we might have done something.
We wouldn't, would we?
We always go with the best intention. We like a swim in the morning before
We do,
breakfast.
yeah.
If there's a pool for a swim, we like that kind of
We do,
activity.
yeah.
Now, where are we going now?
So walking down one deck,
Where are we?
you have to wait and see. It's a surprise.
Fresh World. Oh, I liked it here.
So you got the World Fresh Marketplace, which is split in two.
Loos.
There were toilets there.
Now, the loos, there was only ever 2 cubicles. You know what I'm like for my loos. I always find it weird if there's only 2 loos.
I know you do. Also tells you when you go in, quite unusual because a lot of buffets don't do that, what's on
For dinner.
for dinner
they
in there.
had themed food, didn't they?
Yeah. So we're going to walk through there and then we'll come back to the wait pool afterwards. The buffet area on Enchanted Princess and Sky, and I think it was similar on Regal as well.
Yeah.
They divide it up into lots of sections, so it's not like one big buffet area.
No.
You've got a section which they class as the World Fresh Marketplace, and you have like
Yes.
fresh breads and pastries and desserts, and then the other side of it is the more traditional buffet area
Yeah.
with your various sort of hot and cold foods. You've got things like smoothies and salads in the middle of it.
And they did themed nights as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Awful lot of vegetarian and gluten-free choices as well.
Well, that's good.
Fantastic. Vegan options as well. But when you get to the cake areas, normally they'll have like 1 or 2 that's like gluten-free or vegan. They had a huge section of it. So clearly catering very well to that marketplace.
Yes, I like a naughty cake.
I know you like the full naughty cake.
I do. And so do my vegan and gluten-free friends. They know I like a naughty cake as well.
It says bagels on there. Fairly sure they're not bagels.
They're very fun-looking bagels, if they are.
They looked very fruity.
So what were we looking at now?
So it's just you big choice of salads, smoothies.
Ugh.
There's cheese. Do you not fancy a smoothie for
I
lunch?
don't know. I'm just going to have a sip of my Negroni. Again, I like a smoothie at
the appropriate time.
Yeah.
But there's basically a massive choice on Princess. In terms of the buffet layout and what they've got on there, it's probably right up there in terms of the most varied buffet.
I guess so, yes, yeah. Yeah, because it's not as hawker centre-y as Virgin, for example. But is it
And it's not as
traditional?
or as large as some of the Royal Caribbean ones.
Yeah.
But the variety that they have on there, it's not the
really
same
good.
thing repeated and repeated and repeated.
No.
You keep walking, there's just lots of different stuff.
Yeah, I mean, with the Royal Caribbean ones, you can kind of get lost.
You can. And they have a dedicated kids area as well,
These days, I went and had a look at that
to see if there was anything you fancied.
in puddings, but there wasn't.
No. They had fish fingers, I saw that.
Don't get me started on fish fingers. That'll be for another video.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. What have we got here?
Gluten-free choices.
Okay, lovely.
And again, you can see a lot of options.
Yeah.
Not so the sauces were all gluten-free at the end of it.
Sure not, no. Oh, I've got some
And they did a
parmesan.
variety of fresh stuff. In the morning, you could have fresh French toast made for you as well.
Yeah, and then, as you probably noticed as well, people were using the same utensils. It wasn't on like a 2021 cruise where they
the buffets
usually-
are back to
Yeah,
complete as they
a
were
buffet's a buffet
sort of
again.
pre-2020.
Yeah, they would. You had to wash your hands. There was a wash your hands guard.
Yeah, absolutely, insisting that people did as they came through.
Yeah.
But again, that's what they were doing
Yeah,
pre-2020.
they were.
The buffets are back to normal.
Yes, definitely. Now, what?
The little dedicated pastry shop.
Oh.
And they do open this till late at night as well.
And it was open early morning as well, and you could get a nice coffee and things like that from there.
You could. Some chocolate chip cookies.
Oh.
We know certain other people who really like those.
Whose name begins with E.
Yeah. they are good, they're chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
They weren't real cakes. They were just
You see,
for sure.
don't show me a cake that I can't eat.
No.
What is the point?
You can also pay for cakes being made for celebrations as well.
Yeah, but don't show me a cake I can't eat.
Excuse me. Made me cough. You could eat all the other cakes.
I could eat the other
that
cakes,
other big
but
cake.
I really like the look of the other cake. They had one in the evening and I loved it, and it wasn't available.
And it tells you everything's made from scratch each day.
Yeah, very good. Nice.
Which actually, you could see the ovens in there, and that applied down at the is it the Park Cafe?
Yes, they were the same deal.
International Cafe.
International Cafe.
Yeah, they had the ovens behind you. You could get fresh stuff first thing in the morning as well.
Oh, that banana monkey bread that they got out, and the cinnamon buns. They were good.
They were really good.
Oh.
Wake pool and bar.
Oh, we went here.
We did go. We showed it from above a little bit. There's also a good seating area out there, so we never had a problem getting a table in the buffet area.
No.
But out here is obviously a little bit nicer if you want to come out. Having said that, more people were sitting inside because it was aircon.
It was so hot. So hot.
Which normally you'd find it the other way around, of
Yes.
people sitting outside.
Yes. Yeah, we liked it. I mean, the bar looks pretty quiet at this, on your film. We will talk about that again in another video.
We will, because this was the unusual bit that you could get anywhere near a bar.
Yes. Yes.
Again, people are all off on there. You can see the pool's got a little bit busier than it was when I shot upstairs a few minutes ago.
The towel, sitting on a towel, soaking your feet, drinking a cocktail. Lovely activity.
Yeah. As soon as the ship is back moving again, you couldn't get a seat anywhere in this area. It's absolutely crammed.
Yeah.
You could get them in the food area around here to sit outside and eat.
Yeah.
But near the pool, just no chance whatsoever.
No. I mean, yeah, it was lovely. We liked sitting at the back. It was nice.
It's a great way to sort of embark from and sort of cruise away as well. It's a lovely
because you
spot.
do get some views, unlike the middle of the ship for disembarking. You don't get it,
It's just a different shot in it. So we're down on deck 7 now.
I was going to say perspective, but yes, we're on deck 7.
Different perspective, quite right.
Thank you.
So on deck 7, at the bar area for the Crown Grill.
Oh, we went here.
We did.
Not to the bar, to the restaurant.
No, we never actually went to this particular bar. We got drinks from there because we were in the restaurant.
It was very busy.
It was very bit. Again, all the bars were very busy on this cruise all the way through.
We'll talk about that. But we arrived at our dedicated time-ish for the thing, and there was a queue, wasn't there, to get to Crown Grill?
We were booked in, I think, 20 to 8, and we didn't see it till 8.
20 to 8, what's that for our international friends?
20 to 8 at night. It's the same thing.
7:40.
All right, 7:40 if you want to go with that. So anyway, and we didn't end up seated till 8, so it was busy. But no spoilers into that, but it were a really good meal. And the restaurant, if you've been into a Crown Grill on any of the other ones, very similar. It's a little bit larger on the Sky class.
It's not a separate restaurant.
It's not, but it feels it. You can't see through as much into the other area. And certainly at the back of it, it feels completely like a separate restaurant.
Yeah.
If there's a big group of you can get these bigger booths areas at the back or a booth of 4. But really nice place. You can see out, but there are proper dividers in this one.
There are, yeah, but you can hear the music from whoever's playing.
Oh, someone's late for bingo.
Oh dear.
Or something else.
I'm not. Maybe they'd been jogging and they just couldn't stop.
Just kept going.
It was in them, like Forrest Gump.
And nice little, as we said earlier, Crown Grill bar area. But that's where your drinks get served from inside. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely little seating area here because you have the pianists in the evening. And to be fair, on sea days, late afternoon as well.
Yeah.
It's a nice little place.
Yes. Again.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, and I know you're going to look at me, but the loo situation.
No, I will go back to say the same.
Oh,
because these toilets here, avoid them. There's no point because you're right next to a major restaurant and major bar, the Princess Live Lounge, and there's only two stalls for both the men and the women.
In the ladies, I couldn't believe it. I just like...
You're better off just walking up or down the ship a little bit.
It's like going in a nightclub.
Oh, I don't get why they put such small facilities there in the middle of two really busy areas.
Yeah, that's sort of servicing quite a large area of the ship.
Yeah. The Princess Live area, a lot of live entertainment in here, including quizzes. And we won a quiz.
We did win a quiz. They came and verified our answers. We were right. Because obviously we didn't look like we were quizzers. But we are.
Yeah, we did well on that one. Again, another bar area right outside of it. So if you look at it, you've got the Princess Live Cafe, but in the evening that turns into a bar. You've got the Crown Grill bar just at the end. So you've got two bars really close, but still really busy. That medallion support sign
was very busy.
Yeah.
Not right now, but
not right now it wasn't, but there was a lot of people there constantly.
And I mean, I wouldn't have paid money to be disappointed by it. Well, again, we'll talk about that in another video.
Yeah. There were quite a lot of people who chose to wear the medallion bracelets and things like that as opposed to lanyards. Personally, you get the lanyards for free. It doesn't bother me. And you very rarely actually have to use it, apart from going in your room.
I put it in my bag. I think the facial recognition's taking over, isn't it?
Yeah, and they'd often have one of you check in when you got to a restaurant. But at a bar, they just ask you for your room number.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is the old-fashioned way of getting a free drink.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah.
Gigi's Pizzeria, on other ones known as Alfredo's.
I'm quiet.
You're quiet, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is actually you don't want to spoil your thoughts on Gigi's.
It's just...
We preferred it as Alfredo's, didn't we?
It's comfier.
It is comfier. Still cooking the fresh pizzas there, but as we said earlier, slice. The pizzas were better.
They were better.
You were getting them straight out of the oven, which helped. You weren't waiting for them.
No.
But they actually tasted better as well.
Yeah.
So, not quite sure. Maybe it was just an off day than when we went in there.
It was busy.
Who can say? So, looking down onto the atrium. So the atrium covers decks 7, 6 and 5. I think technically just the bottom deck is classed as the piazza.
I don't know.
But basically, it's all there. They do plenty of live entertainment in the middle on the ground floor.
Yes, they do.
You get some acrobats and various stuff down there. Bellini's Bar.
Did we drink in Bellini's
Yeah,
Bar?
we did. Because then we went and sat just at the other side where Sulamere is.
Oh.
So, yeah, we did have drinks on there.
Yes.
We got some Bellinis. Through then into the shopping area. Again, the shops are split over multiple levels.
Yes.
But these tend to be the main shops here and then the jewellery shops down a level.
I feel the jewellery shops had like pride of place within the atrium. Because we were sat and you could see the jewellery shops.
And they were very busy.
And very pricey.
They were normal cruise ship prices, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people going into them.
I mean, if you've got something in mind, then they're great.
Yeah. And we did speak to a couple. They'd got some bits on board. And if it's something you've got to look for, then it's generally cheaper than going into sort of your local jewellers.
But you've got to have something in mind.
Again, just a little bit more on this. You can see into the shops. Whenever you import, the shops are closed.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, there's nothing there at this point.
Yeah.
We're coming round to the Princess Theatre, right at the front of the ship.
Yes.
And you can get into that on deck 7 and deck 6.
Okay. What deck did we go in on?
Well, we actually went in on both, but most of the time we went in on deck 6.
Okay. It was lovely.
The theatre's a lovely theatre.
It was nice to be in there.
I'll take you in and show you.
Oh, look at this. It was lovely.
The theatre's nice. Even the later performances, the 10:15 ones, were pretty much full every night.
Was it? Not
That's what time they were, yeah. And then 8:15 for the earlier ones.
Wow.
The earlier ones were often about half full. The later ones were always full.
Wow.
And they had some good shows on the one we went.
Yeah.
I was disappointed we didn't get to see their new one. I think it's Fives. They weren't putting that on the 4-night cruise.
It was a 4-night light cruise, wasn't it? Because we didn't have a formal night.
But the
either.
rock opera were brilliant. Max Himmelreich. Apologies for butchering the name. Fantastic in his one-man show.
Can belt him out. Wow.
Just absolutely amazing. But the performances are always really good on Princess.
Yes.
And then you come back round the other side of that, it loops round. I'm just showing you this for completion. I'll turn back round in a second, where you're at the other side of the shops. So you can see that's where I came in and went right. So either way, you come back from that central area and you go either side to the Princess Theatre.
I'm just trying to spot if there's any more loos. There is, isn't there? Again, they're just 2 loos. I mean...
Yeah, there weren't a lot of
I find
loos
it
now.
really
Some of the other
weird.
areas, there were quite big loos, but then near the big venues, they were smaller. Quite strange.
It's weird.
Down to deck 6.
Oh, I can't remember what's down here.
And a little bit of art.
Love a bit of art.
More places to eat, more places to drink, more places to spend money. It's generally anywhere you go on any cruise ship in that middle area.
Well, this is true. This is true. And there's lots of carpet. They're the fans of the carpet.
Yeah, there were a lot less sort of like marbly areas than in others.
Yeah, which makes it difficult if you
You're pulling cases, it's harder.
Yes.
But if you're just walking around, it's comfier on your
There's
feet.
a loo there. There were only 2 loos in there as well.
Oh.
I mean, it's just so weird.
Princess Casino, just to get you off your loo fascination.
Obsession.
The casino's actually really big for this size ship.
Yeah, it is.
And in an evening, and especially the last
was
night,
heaving.
absolutely rammed. It's the busiest I've seen a casino in years.
We didn't really go in an evening, did we?
We didn't actually gamble at all on this
Because
particular
we
cruise.
didn't have the thing where we accidentally end up in the casino.
And then that's when we normally get lucky. If we plan it, we never win.
We never win.
So, but as a little sports bar area in there, we didn't actually drink it there.
It was always busy.
Always busy.
Mm.
And then back through into the atrium, and right in front of you in a second, you're going to see an entrance to Take 5, which is their jazz club and bar. Always really quiet.
We discovered this on the last night,
And
that it
you
was
could
quiet.
always get a seat. You didn't have to wait long for a bar. They do at-table gin and tonic preparation.
I sat down and one of the hosts asked me if I'd like a drink, and it was...
Before I'd even got to the bar.
Wow.
Really good music, but again, it depends if you like jazz. I think a lot of people maybe don't enjoy it as much and therefore didn't get into it.
It was more smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz. But also it's tucked away a little bit. So you can get into it through the casino there, but there is an entrance outside from the plaza. But it just seemed a much quieter bar. Ocean Terrace, which is their seafood/sushi bar.
Yes.
About a third of the menu wasn't available when we went.
They had no sake.
There's no sake at all, which were weird.
For a sushi
But
bar.
it was delicious.
It
And
was.
not expensive compared to sushi on some other ships.
Well, we'd gone a bit mad at the salty dog and sliced pizza on the top deck.
So we didn't really fancy a massive meal that night.
No.
And that were fantastic. We sat up at the bar.
We got to people watch.
The sushi chef made it right in front of us. She was lovely.
The waiter suggested this wine because they didn't have any sake.
He's like, this will pair really well.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Yeah.
But it's one of those ones that I think it's really easy to miss on this ship because it's
So central.
it's almost like a little bar area. Crooner's Bar, which well-established bar areas, they have the pianists, I'll say that right, put my teeth back in, pianist in an evening, belting out some songs. And they do sing there as opposed to just play.
Yeah.
Hence Crooners.
Crooners, yeah.
You've
That
got
was
the Future Cruise and the Captain's Circle area.
Now, I didn't see anybody there because there was an option to buy a Future Cruise credit, wasn't there?
There was. We do know people who went and booked, so there
Yeah.
were people there at some point. It's just at the time that we went there, we never saw anyone.
Now, where are we going now?
You're at the Capri or Capri. We said Capri because it reminds me of the car.
Well, I said
I think it's
Capri
probably based
'cause
on the place.
I think it probably is.
But for me, it's the Ford Capri from the 1970s.
And the professionals in
And the
early
professionals. The restaurants are in separate areas, so there's 3 main dining rooms that you get assigned to, or that you can book to. Capri
days. Amalfi.
and I want to say Santorini
It was Santorini because I kept getting Santorini
and Sabatini's
and
mixed up.
Sabatini's mixed up. I was like, how are these people getting into Sabatini's?
Now, as you can see, unlike some of the other bigger dining rooms on other ships, they are
Yes.
just a single deck. It looks more like a speciality restaurant, but they actually do seat about 400.
Yes.
So, and there was often queues in an evening there to get in.
Yeah. I mean, again, we'll talk about...
We'll cover that on our dining reviews.
Yeah. But we
But again, good quality food, nice place, comfortable seats.
Yeah.
but they're not all at the back or front of the ship.
No.
So it's a bit weird where
You have
the
to find
placings
where you've been assigned.
or where you booked. You don't get assigned it as such.
Do you not?
No. Well, you could. I
Well-
definitely know people who booked into each of the other ones as well.
Yeah, but I just thought they told you.
Santorini's. I'm not going into Santorini's because it's exactly the same as the other one.
But they have the club class dining section in
They
there.
do, yeah.
Oh, deck 5.
We are. So on sort of the main area,
Yes.
in terms of piazza,
Uh-huh.
you've got the little celebration shop at the side and the internet cafe. Never saw anyone in there.
That would be quiet.
That was the only chap I was saying it's quiet. He's like, yep, the whole cruise. But because people have the devices now, and there's an expectation that you do have that in order to do a lot of the stuff on the Medallion app, then there's less of a desire for people going, certainly on shorter trips as well. Celebrations, you might think of it as just being sweets, but in that back corner over there, there's medicines and other stuff as well.
I didn't see the Toblerones
They were there,
until
right?
we were
the front.
getting off.
Oh, you meant you didn't see them
No, until we were queuing to get
There
off.
weren't special offers on them.
Oh,
They weren't good value.
don't show me Toblerones and do an offer. This was
You might get another
gelato.
people. Look. Ooh, more Toblerones. Gelato, Princess having the only officially recognised gelato at sea by the Italian government.
We didn't do it.
We never did it. Plenty of flavours. They change each day. Looks lovely, but we never did it.
I can't understand how we never did it because on Virgin we did it, and we were only that again. That was only like 3
We just
nights.
never got round to
Is it
did we?
because it's in a weird place?
I think it's because it's right down in that bottom area as opposed to a little bit higher up, but we just never got round to it. But to be fair, it was never that busy either. Salty Dog,
They serve food from 5 o'clock.
they do. We thought that you could get it at lunch in there.
No.
After sitting in there for 10 minutes and realising they don't, we then went
No.
elsewhere.
So yeah, that's dinner that you need to look at that.
Yeah.
And it was, it was a bar. Again, it was busy.
Always busy as a bar. I never saw that many people eating in it.
No, no.
It was just more filled with people drinking.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody eating there.
I did see someone, but like I say, I very rarely saw many people at all.
Yeah.
You got the little interactive screens everywhere. You see little blue lights on them, so you can go and touch, see where you are, get a bit more information as well.
Yeah.
If you want to do that.
Yeah.
Sabatini's,
Oh,
for me, hands down, best Italian restaurant at sea.
but we couldn't get in.
No, because we'd booked into Crown Grill, we'd
No.
booked into Sulamere.
We were booked in by the cruise line.
Yeah.
Again, we'll talk about this in another video.
Yeah, we paid for it. It was part of the package that we got. It wasn't for free.
I would have preferred Sabatini's.
Yeah. And by the time we got on, it were sold out for the cruise. We did keep checking, but
And
we have been in before, and it is
Yeah.
fantastic. You got the shore excursion desk. So again, they try to recommend you do it through the Medallion app. So for those that could, meant they had no reason to come down there. Lotus Spa with the Enclave, and we'll just pop in there very briefly.
Oh, we like
So
Enclave.
this is a pay
Spa experience.
spa experience. It's $49 per person per day.
Is that how much it was?
Yeah. But you can go in there as often as you want. So you
Yes.
can go in, come out, which we did. We had one day in there, and you can go in there,
Early doors. we
early
did,
doors, go out, have the day, go in again later on.
And then get ready for dinner.
Yeah, which is a nice experience to do. And we spent probably about 3 hours in there that whole day.
Yeah, I mean, there's no. You have to go to a different bit for the relaxation room.
Yeah.
But we liked it.
It's a really nice little area. And the hydrotherapy pool's great.
Oh, I love hydrotherapy.
Guest services on the right, usual guest services, any issues you've got down there. And there's a machine just at the other side as well. If you want to print out
Your folio.
your running folio, you can just go do it and print it
It
out.
was busy on the last night.
But it is on every ship
It
all the
looked
time.
especially busy.
Yeah, to be fair, it looked about the same as any last night.
Hmm.
People going down, checking the folios for the first time, then going down, querying it. Then you got the cafe at the bottom, open for breakfast, lunch,
Nibbles.
dinner, late night snacks.
We saw it for a late night snack, and it was like 12:30 at night.
And it was Crazy busy.
Heaving.
There must have been
Absolutely
30 people
heaving.
in the queue that night.
Oh my goodness.
She does coffees as well,
And hot
but
chocolate.
but constantly changing its menu throughout the day as well.
We like that little table there for doing Wordle.
We did. That was a Wordle area.
That was our dedicated Wordle area.
Well, one of the Wordle areas. Good Spirits at Sea. Always a really good fun cocktail bar. You got some unique cocktails in there that you can't get elsewhere on the ship.
That's true. That's true.
But they weren't doing the full presentations as much on this one. Normally where they do like a couple of hours where they're talking through making the cocktails and Linzi, we've got this cocktail for you, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
They weren't really doing that as much.
No, they weren't. It was just the videos.
But putting the videos on, which isn't quite as fun.
No.
But regardless of whether they're doing that presentation or not, it's still well worth going in there.
It's a fun bar, especially for people watching. We caught up with Ken Goes Cruising and lovely Linzi in there, didn't we?
We did.
And we stayed out until the day after.
Which for us is very late.
Oh, Ken's a bad influence.
He is. Was that the morning after that we had to go into the Enclave?
Yeah.
I was very glad we'd booked that the day after.
Detoxification.
More just not having to see sunlight. But you've got these glass elevators as well. If you want to go up, there's only a couple of them. For some reason, they were always really busy. People were
Super
trying to
busy.
get in them.
I always like the stairs, but you go faster up the stairs than I do.
Not if I've got a camera.
Not if you've got a camera.
Tend to go a little bit
Or
slower.
not if you're wearing heels.
Maybe that's the secret, that when we go out in an evening, I just have to carry the camera around with me so I'm at the right speed.
Maybe, because you dragged me up them at one night.
It's not that I sprint up them. I just forget that you've got them. Well, that's the end of another video, Linz.
Oh, well, thank you for watching, everyone.
And cheers, Linz.
Cheers, Maggie, and have a lovely day.